Ladies and gentlemen, can you please take your seats? We're about to begin. Everyone excited for the day, I hope. I hope you all had a good breakfast. And if you don't, it's okay. We're going to have a tea break later. There's a lot of good food here today.
Hello, sir. You're doing the timekeeping? No, I'm doing the meeting. Oh. Yeah. I'll rely on my internal brand.
So, ladies and gentlemen, shall we begin? Shall we? Okay, thank you very much. Salam Sejahtera, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, please permit me to allow to introduce myself. My name is Vishal J. Singh, and it's my absolute privilege to be appointed as the Master of Ceremony for today's event, which is, of course, PAM Event Summit 2019. Now, as we are about to begin, allow me to take a moment to briefly explain what today's event is all about. The PAM Beam Summit 2019 aims to bring construction industry players such as yourselves together to gain knowledge and information on BEAM. And BEAM itself, of course, stands for Building Information Modeling. In practice, and members of the audience today will be exposed to the broad usage of BEAM and to prepare ourselves for the next exciting era in design. The implementation of BEAM technology is expected to become more widespread in the Malaysian construction industry due to the government's efforts in promoting BEAM among everyone who is sitting in this hall today. Now, as of such, today's summit aims to promote the adoption of BEAM in the AEC industry and to showcase BEAM practice and architectural engineering quantity survey firms. Now, before we continue, we need to observe the following housekeeping rules, which are of absolute importance. As a mark of respect to our esteemed speakers here today who have traveled far from the US, from PJ, from Subang, from Puchong, and everywhere else outside Bangsa, all your hand phones, please have them switched off or at least have them either on silent or vibrate during the entire course of today's conference. Now, we would like to ensure that everyone's attention is on the remarkable content to be presented here today and that no unnecessary interruptions take place. So do I have your word that you are going to keep your phones either on silent or vibrate? Can you please angkat sumpah right now, take an oath that you will do it? Thank you very much. Now, if you do need to leave the hall, kindly do so as discreetly as possible. Please don't come right in front, make one whole round at the stage and then go back, as some people have done before, to ensure that our speakers are not disturbed in any way during their talk or during the moderation sessions. Now, the toilets and the emergency exits are located at the front and the back. Every time at this point, I feel like an air steward. They are located at the front and that side over there. So if you need to exit the hall, please go in that direction. Toilets are also located there and also behind. Okay, that's a bomba requirement, a fire requirement, which of course I'm obligated to tell you. The next thing, and this is the most important one, is that we would like to strongly encourage everyone here and all of the members of the audience to actively engage with each other and with our esteemed speakers during the course of the day. Now, let us take this moment to recognize and acknowledge the extraordinary opportunities presented to us today that allow us to all to interact on such a personal level with our guests so that we may be privileged to share their experience and expertise in their respective fields. Okay, let's not be typically shy. If there are questions that you want to ask, there will be a Q&A session. You will also have a chance to talk to the guests later if you want to. Please ask them whatever you can. Please interrogate our guests, interview our guests as much as possible, okay? Sorry, I think I must have seen a Mission Impossible movie last night. Now, before we begin, I'd like to take the opportunity to invite Shahruddin to recite prayers for today's event. Saya ingin mengundang Encik Shahruddin untuk membaca doa pada pagi ini. Okay? Encik Shahruddin, dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most kind. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world. Peace and blessing on our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his companions, and for those who follow his example till the day of judgment. Allahumma ya Allah, on this blessed morning, in conjunction with the PAM Event Summit 2019, we beseech thee and grateful towards in favor of all the infinite blessing to us, your humble servants, to live in safe and prosperous life. We seek your blessing for flawless progress of this event from beginning till the end. We seek your guidance to steer clear of this event that would detriment the progress of this event. Ya Latif, Ya Rahman, please bless us with your tawfiq and hidayah. Please guide us to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in the world and hereafter. Make us responsible professionals. Grant us with valuable knowledge that would be beneficial to mankind. ربنا عليك توكلنا وعليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shahruddin. And now I'd like to take the opportunity to invite PAM President, Architect Lilian Tay Boyfan, to give us program speech. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a round of applause.
Gratified to see many of our colleagues in the industry here from IEM, and industry experts and expert practitioners here today. Thank you everyone for taking time to participate and contribute to our second PAM Event Summit. We at Pertubuhan Architect, we are really delighted to welcome you to this BIM Summit that we are hosting today at our home here at PAM Center. We are proud to have initiated the first PAM BIM Summit last year, thanks to the efforts of our Deputy President, Architect Abu Zarin. And we hope that today will be the second and the beginning of an annual event that will be bringing the community together for this very important topic. In an increasingly competitive global environment. In our increasingly competitive global environment, and as design and construction projects become more complex, alternative and more efficient design methods are becoming a necessity to enable designers to explore and analyze multiple design solutions. Especially in the field of building and construction, we are very familiar that design solutions need to be worked through many times and resolved with multiple disciplines and trades. The formulation of design is both interactive among the many disciplines and iterative, needing many times a repetitive working process to resolve the design. Add to it the client's often evolving design brief and inevitable change requirements in a always challenging timeline. So this leads to the complexity in particular for our design and building industry. Not only that, in the construction process, there is the usual tedious coordination and resolution of every detail with multiple disciplines, trades, and builders. So we all frequently experience the inevitable redundant and abortive work and the graveyard of superseded drawing files and models. In my office, we have a whole rack of multiple models of various stages. And all these cumulative result in the infamous long hours for architects and designers, and of course constructors. I always drive by, going home late at night, feeling very sorry for myself, and then I see our contractors are also busily working, and then I don't feel so sorry for myself, but I do feel that our industry is extremely complex and very tedious and require really great perseverance and dedication. However, perhaps we are going to be vastly assisted by new technology advances, especially in BIM. So the advances that we are seeing in the architecture, engineering, construction environment, especially in building information modeling, has really opened up unprecedented opportunities to support designers to help make the design process a lot more thorough, more efficient, and faster. This could range, of course, and this starts obviously from the initial design process, where we can now so much more quickly visualize design forms in early conceptual stages, and then develop it, take it through in a much more rapid manner, rapid and accurate way. And of course, then taking it through to the usual coordination process, technical coordination process with our colleagues in the building industry. Well, 3D modeling in the last 20 to 30 years, I remember AutoCAD already being just newly launched in the late 80s and 90s, early 90s. To what we have today, all the various forms of parametric modeling, this has resulted really in more detailed and realistic visual presentations of our design intentions to clients, and also, unfortunately, much more increased expectations. So nobody can afford to be left behind in this very competitive environment. And also, PIM's authoring platform provides constant viewing of the design as it progresses, and a much higher level of accuracy of the design. So this is the inevitable expectation today in the design field, and thus it's becoming increasingly essential that we all embrace very quickly the full process of BIM and technology-aided production process. Apart from supporting the current design and construction process, BIM's next leap is towards performance-based design, as the industry and our increasingly compelling environment conscientious worldview demands much more rigorous and less wasteful design and execution processes in every field, including in our building and construction field. These technology-driven transformative industry trends require organizations to demand different skill sets than the usual current job expectations. And the technological advancement obviously will bring greater productivity and efficiency. And it really does require all of us, from designers and everyone in the architecture design industry, and of course together with our colleagues in the engineering fields, to really transform our work process from the good old pen and paper days. I think one of the important net result of this technologically aided process is that as the production process becomes more efficient, it will certainly become very competitive. Of course, the downside of it is that perhaps it will make the business of architecture much more competitive. it will risk driving fees down, and it's something that we need to be aware of. And we do hope that we can also give value to the process, such that instead of this process helping to drive down fees and remuneration, which is very already infamously low in the industry, it should be giving more value. So I think there's a lot of work need to be done, not just to know the working process, but to promote the merits of this, such that we are able to give more value add, that clients will see that it is a value add to the whole realization of their projects, and be able to maintain good and fair remuneration for our architects. Maybe the engineers look at me a little bit puzzled. Maybe they don't feel that's the case, but I think in our field, remuneration and salaries are very stagnant, and we have tracked this for the last 10, 20 years. So I do want to make everyone aware that please be ambassadors of this and promote really the good value it brings to our end beneficiaries, which are our clients and all the building users, that will get a proper building, everything all functioning and all. So, and make sure that it gives value, and that is reflected in the rewards for the people who use it, and not just to designers of software. And I know there are some in the room, and thank you for being the source of innovation. But we do see that as a real challenge between technology and the reward for human effort. The other thing that I would like to take this opportunity to mention also is for everyone here, besides the actual raw skills, to think about the contractual environment as well, that the contractual framework for a BIM platform working process is equally looked at, so that again, all the participants, including architects, engineers, who usually carry the big liabilities, are so that everyone in that working collaborative platform still are able to retain their usual statutorial responsibilities, and they are not blurred along the way, while our laws and regulations remain very firm and are slow to change with the rapid speed of technology. Really, our laws do lag behind, often behind the advances of technology. So I do want to remind everyone to not leave behind the process of clarifying the whole contractual environment for working on a BIM platform. So I think I also would, I know there are some expert practitioners from Singapore, and I'm glad to see them here. I do consider that they are a little bit ahead of us. I was told that they will be soon launching their integrated digital design delivery platform by the end of this year. Congratulations to the BCA. But I think this is also a message to us here in Singapore, in Malaysia, that we are also having to step up our efforts to develop a more unified and larger platform to make the efforts of every player in this process a lot more efficient. So we do hope that we'll also learn a bit from Singapore, being ahead and quickly get on to this. Otherwise, we will lag behind, and we know that we are all, it is a very competitive and global turf in Malaysia. So I think those are my messages for you today, and I do want to again thank everyone for taking time for this day-long event. I hope again to see you next year. I must also, of course, thank our committee who has worked very hard for months to work towards today's event. Thank you, of course, led by our Deputy President, Abu Zalim. Hopefully, we'll see you here again next year. I wish you a very productive day, and hope you take away, I hope you will have lots to take away, and we'll come back again. Thank you.
Thank you. We now invite members of PAM partners for sponsorship today, please come on stage because we would like to initiate the siren ceremony and to take a photo op. May I please have from PAM and our partners who sponsor today's event. Please come on stage. Everyone, let's give them a round warm applause. Please don't be shy. Please step up. So, ladies and gentlemen, give us your best smile.
I have forgotten to thank our valuable sponsors. So I must do to thank Saudi Oil for their generosity in supporting today's event.
Thanks to our valuable sponsors for supporting today's event. So in Malaysia, we would like to play a game. We don't know which camera is actually taking the picture. So please look in that direction and give us your best smile.
Upstairs connected to from downstairs and across the wires.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, now that the documents have been signed, we would like you to please prepare yourselves for the group photo while holding the document in your hand. Okay? Please come to the front. Please bring along the signed documents. All right, please stand in front. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, in a typical architectural summit, everyone is wearing black, or almost black. So now that's how you know you're at an architectural summit, when all the main guys are wearing black. Okay? Would anybody like a Wi-Fi with the group in front? You are more than welcome to come in front. Maybe later. No issue. I mean, if anybody would like to come in front and take a picture, get your best friend to snap the shot for you, I don't think that's an issue. No? Everybody's very shy today, surprisingly. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, we'd like to have another group photo, this time with all the speakers, please. With all the speakers, please come in front. We would like to have a group photo. And all the group speakers, please come in front. Okay. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome to upload those photos onto Facebook or Instagram or any other particular social media channel that you like. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, as we remove the tables and chairs, we are about to begin today's proceedings. Just give us a moment and we are about to begin. Can we have a round of applause for our hardworking workers over here? Unsung heroes in the country. Okay. Just a little bit more and we'll begin for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start today. Let's begin today's agenda. And to begin to this agenda, I'd like to call upon Mr. Thibault Stahl, who is the General Manager of Graphisoft, to give us his keynote speech. Now, Mr. Thibault Stahl is the General Manager for the Asia, excluding Japan, region of Graphisoft, with Hong Kong serving as the regional headquarters, as well as directly leading and managing the Hong Kong, Singapore, and Beijing office of the businesses. So Thibault, in cooperation with local distributors, is also covering the other East and Southeast Asian markets as well. Now, as a General Manager, he is working closely with the Asia VP of Graphisoft, setting strategy, driving market, and product development initiatives throughout the region. Now, he has an extensive international experience, and he is responsible for both ensuring operational excellence and delivering the agreed upon business targets. Now, while going through a personal and professional development of becoming from an architect to a project manager, to a consultant, then to a top-level business manager, he has gained a significant and comprehensive experience in the architectural, engineering, construction, and in the real industry as well, ranging across many sectors and many different roles. And as a professional, Mr. Thibault has developed considerable skills, in particular in design, project, and program management, together with technical risk management and asset performance improvement strategies and processes to improve service delivery, both in terms of efficiency, effectiveness. And he has been a member of the International Organization of Construction Professionals, the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon Mr. Thibault to give us his presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am very honored